Hello and welcome to the Sidings, and this is a first for the Sidings. I'm reviewing something in Railroads Online, and what is it? The farm, the wheat farm to be exact. Now, I want to talk about things I like about it, things I don't like about it, things that could be used to improve it, and we're going to go from there. So first, we get these things called seed pellets, which is this unit of freight right here. This takes in 100, but also ignore Discord up there. This is where things get really aggravating and annoying. It outputs 40 straw bales, and 40 grain. Why it's not 100, I don't know. Most industries like the sawmill, the log camp, or the sawmill will put out 100. Like, the only ones I can think of that don't put out a decent 100, but put out more than that, are going to be the oil refinery, iron ore mine, and coal mine. Everything else seems to be about 100 in the output category. So, let's look at the positives on the seed pellet side. You get 3 cars that can carry seed pellets. So you get the great big box car. You get the little Greg's car. The little Ava Valley box car, and this guy, the little Greg sugar canes. Now, let's look at the negatives. So first off, even though this is a tier 1, this only carries 6. The box car, the little Ava Valley box car, only carries 3. And the great big box car here only carries 14. But the boxcar is locked behind tier 5, whereas these two are tier 1. So if you want to be, shuffling like a ton of seed pellets, you're going to need like 3 of these just to equal one of these guys. You're going to need double the amount of these guys, so you're going to need 6 of these to equal one of those. 336, that's 12. $13, $14, $15. Yeah, you're gonna need like 6. I had to do the math in my head. So, while these are good early game options, more so the little flatbed than the Ava Valley boxcar, I still think, having an early game medium-sized boxcar, and you'll see it off in the corner. You'll see 2 like little squares off in the corner. Those are going to be the B&S boxcar and stock car, which are good, smallish boxcars, which would make a good starting point. They could each carry 10 units. And I'm not going to complain, 10 units, that's still something. You're still moving freight. But what else could we use? Well, we actually have items in the game that we can use right now. So let's look at the stock car. We could carry 14 seed pellets, same as the box car. Only downside, only kick in the teeth, it's a tier 5. Ouch. But still having 2 options in the tier 5 category where you can be like, okay, I'm going to use the stock car because then I can, tying with something I'm going to talk about in a couple minutes or so, this would actually be a more appropriate option. You carry this, carry some straw bales, Boom, done. This way, it already starts its journey making you money. I'll cover the money in a second, or when I get there. But this car already starts with you making money. Another car that I would recommend, and this is just a recommendation, it's not, it needs to happen now, are the little Greg's gondolas. Yes, 3, 3, and 3, but still, it's something. It's better than nothing. Which I would have preferred. Now, I want to cover the seed pellets and money. So for the seed pellets, you cannot sell them at the freight depot. They thought about that. I tried many times to sell it at the freight depot for money. No, you have to bring them here to sell them. Now, the seed pellets only bring you $5 per unit. So in a boxcar like this, you would get so in something like this, you're looking at $70, $15, and $30. Same, you'd be looking at the same $70 with the stock car, and the same $15 with the gondolas. And with the two other cars I mentioned, the B&S cars, the boxcar and stock car at 10 each, that's $50. But still, that's better than nothing. That's better than, a sharp stick in the eye. Plus, like I said, the stock car allowing you to do that would be a good option. You carry seed pellets, then you turn around and you carry, say, straw bales, take that to the farm where you can produce cows, pigs, sheep, goats, chickens, horses. You have a stock car for each. Let's say you buy 6 stock cars. You now have 1 stock car per animal type. That's not bad. Plus, that means that the stock car already is really moving it. Now, something I'm going to talk about is a potential new unit of freight we're going to have. I say potential new unit. I'm not saying it is a new unit. Water. Yes, you heard me right. Water. For fertilizing the ground. And also fertilizer being another big one. So, my theory is we're going to get to have this guy carrying fertilizer and water. What is this? This is the Waialua agricultural tanker. It's a little car I love. And right now, only carrying crude oil. I'm not a big fan of it. I mean, I'll have it and desperately use it, but because we're now getting it in agricultural chain, this car feels like it has more uses just waiting to have the key put into the lock, turned, and the lock popped open. But that's not the only car that we could potentially have. Also off in the corner, you'll notice a CNC square-bodied tank car. That was used mostly for carrying water for locomotives, from what I gathered, and also water for agriculture. It never carried fertilizer, so you could use that for carrying big loads of water, and this guy for the fertilizer, which I could see being potential loop-back freight, around here. But where would we offload fertilizer? Well, I could see this being this little shed here where I put in a little siding. Fertilizer offload. Okay. Now we move over here to the output side. And I'm going to start with the big output up at the front. Straw bales. I'm going to get 40 of them. Now this only has 2 cars, unlike the 3 that the seed pellets get. So in this guy, you could carry 15. Ignore these for a minute. Here, better yet, I'll do it like this. You get 15 straw bales. 1, 2, 3 rows of 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns of 3. And then here's the little Greg's cordwood car, but it only carries 4. Now, let's look at some other cars that could be useful here. Starting with, yes, you guessed it, the little Greg's sugarcane flat car. 2 bales, it's still something. I'm not gonna moan and complain and go, oh, it's too pathetic. No, because let's say the sugarcane cars are going up to a sugarcane plant where you can pick up sugarcane. You just put a little bit of straw down and boom. It's saying, okay, I've got more uses than I care to count. Because right now it's just tools and seed pellets. Still good. 2 uses is still better than no uses, I'll tell you that much. Then we come over here and look at the Greg's gondolas. Once again, I could do 2 in here, 2 in here, and 4 in here. And then we get the stock car. 10 of these, or 10 units of straw bales loaded in there. Now, this is where things are going to get be a bit of a pain in the butt. You only get $5 for these, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. No, wait, that's not right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, $75. $20. I'd get 10, 10, 20, 10, 50. That's not bad. And then with the little B&S stock car, we'll go with 9, so $45 right there. That's better than a sharp stick in the eye. Now, am I saying all of this needs to happen? No, I'm just saying there are options we have that I don't see people talking about. And now we come to our last freight, the grain. And the only car that can carry grain is this great big box car. At 12 units. $10 a unit. That's $120. A car I would suggest is the little Ava Valley box car here. However, it would only be able to carry half. Maybe 7 units. But 6 is just me saying I'm on the safe side. 6 is me being safe. But imagine that. You got 6 units, $60. Half of the 120. Now, if we look at the little B&S car, which seems to be smaller than than this big boxcar right here. I would say it could carry 10 units, so $100 per car. That's not a bad deal. Now, I am not going to say we should use open gondolas for grain. No. I don't want to do that because the weather, damaged freight. However, could we use the open, gondolas and, one-plank ore cars and whatnot for any other cargo? Yes. The straw bales. But you would get the big round bales. Pardon me.